Whenever you make a decision, make sure it's actually coming from you. When there's external noise about what you're making a decision for, and you allow that external influence to influence your decision, then whether it's the right or wrong thing will keep you in the space of limbo, of wondering if it is the right thing for you, because you didn't actually make the decision. There is no such thing as a wrong decision. You're just collecting data in a certain pocket of reality. And when you own the decision, you're taking responsibility for that, and you're able to see more of the information available to you within that pocket of reality. The information is the gold. That is the juice. And that's what allows you to move forward in a way that is more conducive to who you are. It doesn't matter what part of the spectrum you're exploring, you're increasing your capacity to hold more of the spectrum, which allows you to actually see and navigate in a way that is expansive and deeper knowing of what is true for you. Information that is against what is true for you, aka out of alignment to you, is equally as valuable as information that is what is for you. Okay, it's all part of the same thing. So let go of the idea that you can do something wrong. There's no wrong. You're exploring. You're exploring yourself through the decisions that you make in reality. And all of it is always bringing you back to what is true for you. What's true will never leave. It will stay in your reality because it's part of your design. And when you recognize that, you can trust that anything that you've done in your life has led you back to that point. And then you own it. Then you can really take ownership of it. This is about you taking responsibility for your life and responsibility for your reality. Because every time that you level up into something more aligned, you have to hold more responsibility for what it is that is happening in your reality. You're touching more layers of information that's available to you. Whenever you make a decision or you take a bunch of advice from other people, you're convoluting your own knowing and then trying to go in a direction that is like a harmonious decision between all of the external information that's now in your field. And that's not truly yours. So let's say you enter a relationship and there's a part of you that like knows it's not right, but then there's a part of you that's like, no, I really want to explore this. Then make the choice to either shut it down or explore it, but make it come from you. So even if you go and explore that thing and it ends up being the wrong person or the wrong relationship or dynamic, now when you go into that and complete that cycle and get the information that you need, you will never have to go into that again. You'll be able to spot it before it happens, and you won't be in the limbo of, is this right for me, is this wrong, because you actively chose to go into it and explore it with your conscious awareness to the point that you got it. You know, it's complete now in your body, and you don't have to go do that again. Whereas if you are confused about that and you take other people's advice, whether or not you choose to go into it or not, if it's full of external influence, then if it goes awry, then it's really easy to blame other people or something outside of you for forcing you to make that decision. But no one forced you. You used other people to force yourself to do something that wasn't actually coming from you. So it's not really about whether the decision is right or not. It's about you choosing to make that decision. And in choosing that, it's automatically the right way to go. And life will always reorient you back to your path if it's a side quest. If it ends up being a side quest, you'll get back on your path and you'll feel more energized and strong and knowing within yourself. You'll feel that connection more to move forward, because now you have all this data that you collected from that world in your vicinity. It's in your field now. And you use that to move forward in a way that's actually aligned for you. And you can't fake that. You rob yourself of all of that and sort of waste time when you use an external influence to decide what you're doing with your life. So there's no wrong way. It's always the right way, and it's always going to bring you back to the way. But you have to really, really be diligent about deciding from your core and taking ownership of that. That releases shame. It releases judgment towards yourself about doing that thing. You just own it. Yeah, I went and I did this thing and I was curious and I explored and it turns out it was the wrong thing. Cool. You see how neutral that feels? And now you're moving in a direction that is more conducive to who you are because you have the information now that that was not the right thing. You broadened your capacity to feel the whole spectrum. The contrast is where the juice really is. It's equally important. There's no wrong way. There's no wrong thing. It's you testing things in reality to your own frequency. You're comparing that. So bits of it will always be within whatever you're feeling called to. Parts of your own frequency already live there. So there's never anything that's out of alignment. It's you exploring why you chose that thing and where that decision was actually coming from. If you go into a relationship and it's not the right thing, but you uncovered parts of yourself that were previously blind to you through that relationship, then is that wrong? No. Now you're touching more of yourself. You're allowing more wholeness to be available within your body to move forward once you get out of that thing. And you build this strength of knowing that you can handle anything in reality, because that's really what it takes. Are you able to be present with anything that life throws your way? Confidence, strength, resilience, presence, endurance to stay within your core throughout anything in reality is built from you taking ownership of your consciousness and of the decisions that you're making. It builds your body's ability to handle it. So you don't have to disassociate or blame other people outside of you. You recognize that it was all you. It's always been you and it always will be you. And those experiences, in my experience, are the things that brought me closer to myself and allowed me to sit deeper in my core and make choices from those things. I wasn't scared as I was before I went into those side quests that didn't turn out to be for me. I wasn't as scared to make the choice for myself after those things. Because once you're in your center and you're in your core, nothing is worth it. Nothing is worth it to step out of that you have to contort yourself to fit into that reality. It's not worth it. But you learn that through being in realities that are not conducive to you. That's how you build the strength to go your own way and listen to your inner knowing first and foremost. Everything in reality is turning you back to yourself. It's a mirror of yourself. And if you look at it through that lens, then there's no wrong way. You're seeing different reflections of you through the decisions that you're making. You have to own those decisions to be able to see the reflection of yourself. Don't be afraid to actually look through that lens at yourself, because it will dissolve the illusions that you kept in order to make that reality work for you. And that's what we're doing here. We're dissolving the illusions and coming back into alignment, which is the creative life force moving through you. It knows what you need. It knows what your reality will be to support that and more of that and expand into it and expand your capacity to hold more of it. It already knows. So anything that you explore that's not you is probably coming from the self, the survival programming in the self, or trauma, or something like that. And if you're able to see that within yourself through that experience, that is gold. And it will leap you 1,000,000 times further than if you never take ownership of that decision because you did it because someone else told you to.